And welcome back, everyone, to Who Would Win? The second Who Would Win. Again, for the rest of the month, I'll do the Who Would Win, double Who Would Wins per days. You get 2 Who Would Wins. Again, starting a new job, so I said I'd do it until I got a new job. Got a new job, so we're all good. But from Yaddle 80, Suicide Squad versus the Seven from the boys. Now, there have been too many different interpretations of the Suicide Squad, who's on there, all of that. There's only one real interpretation. I mean, that's not entirely true. There's the comic interpretation of the Seven, which is the guys you hear, but there's also the TV version, which has changed rosters. I mean, but normally you still have A-Train on there. You have Homelander, Black Noir, Queen Maeve, The Deep, I think Lumescent or Illumin. I don't remember the name of that guy, and Starlight. Those would be your, let's call them the core 7. Although Stormfront was a member too at one point. So here's the thing. It all depends on what version of the Suicide Squad you're looking at. We'll look at the 2 movies to start with and then expand that into some of the people I know have been on the team since then. If we look at the movie version of the Suicide Squad, who's on that team? Well, you have Deadshot. And Deadshot, I feel, would be able to handle the Deep. He'd be able to handle maybe Starlight. That's really it. He's not going to be able to catch A-Train. Black Noir, if even whether it be comic or real version, you're not going to be able to, or Homelander, he's not going to do anything against that. Or Queen Maeve, the Illumination guy, I can't remember his name. Translucent, is that his name? Translucent. His skin is actually impenetrable once he's, once he is illuminated. So, and then Stormfront, that'd be a no. So Deadshot's a no, doesn't do anything. Captain Boomerang, I think we can just safely say, is a no. Katana is kind of dangerous. Maybe she could hurt at least show version Black Noir. Maybe. But that Katana, apart from trapping souls, isn't like made of a special metal. It's not like nth metal or anything. So, debatable. Harley's a no. Killer Croc's impressive, kind of, but not enough to take out any of these guys. Who do we got left here? Excuse me. You have El Diablo, and technically speaking, Enchantress is a member of the team, technically. But technically she's not. Now, if it's Enchantress, then no one wins. Like, even Homelander's effed, because there's no magic in the boys, and she's powerful. She's a powerful sorceress. But El Diablo is an interesting one. So obviously he has straight pyrokinesis before he turns into the Aztec kind of monster. And pretty solid pyrokinesis too. Like, I would say Translucent would actually be in some trouble a little bit, just because he's like, his skin's impervious but not into heat, so he might actually be in trouble. The Deep would actually be in a lot of trouble. Starlight, I think, would be fine. A-Train could be in trouble if he's not able to, like, tag El Diablo. Noir could survive it. Maeve could probably survive to a certain degree, and Homelander would be fine. But it's when he goes into the Incan, Aztec, Mayan, whatever it was, skeletal creature, more demonic monster, that it's like, all right, his power is now amped intensely. So now those individuals who wouldn't have been in trouble, like Noir, I actually think are now in trouble. Maeve might also be in trouble at this point. Homelander's the only one I think could handle him without much difficulty, although as far as we know, it is somewhat magical or mystical inclined, his abilities. So the Suicide Squad have like 2 members max if we're going by that movie's interpretation. If you go by the James Gunn movie's interpretation, and I mean like everyone we saw in that, because they're all Suicide Squad members, no one on the beach scene is really going to be able to do anything. Javelin's not doing anything. I mean, again, Harley's not doing anything. Really, it's coming down to Bloodsport, who certainly got in Peacemaker, who certainly have more weapons and more unique weapons that might be able to hurt some of these guys more effectively, not Homelander. Ratcatcher's just controlling rats, so maybe they get on A-Train, and maybe A-Train's got to get off of there, but maybe they overwhelm him. Nanaue, which he's strong, but not this level strong. And ironically, the sleeper character on the team, Polka Dot Man, who has an interdimensional virus that lets him shoot polka dots that eat through just about everything, which means if any of those polka dots hit any of these characters, including Homelander, they're in trouble. If they hit him like straight in the polka dots, that really blows out his head, like done. By the way, Sister Sage is also a member of the Seven at one point against Stormfront, all that. It's weird to say, but yeah, Polka Dot Man is kind of the MPV of that fight, especially because they wouldn't think anything of polka dots. They wouldn't think they're dangerous at first until they hit something. So while everyone's getting distracted, he just polka dots people to death. That's assuming he's able to, like, say, take Homelander. Like, that would be the thing. It's like, really? Polka dots? You fire? You really? Because that'd be Homelander. I'm sorry, polka dots? Really? But polka dots? Yeah, polka dots. Want to see? It's like, ha! It's like, you're joking, right? Polka dots. What the? Mother! And just that, he'd probably just slice him in half. But they do the job. Like, they get the job. Like maybe even take his arm. You mother! If they manage to hit him in the chest or head, he's kind of effed. So that's debatable, but I'd still probably lean towards the 7. But if it's the comic interpretation of the team, the 7 are effed. Because the comic interpretation has had much more powerful characters on it than either of the movies, including things like, I believe Clayface has been a member of the Suicide Squad before. How they were able to put the bomb in his head, I don't remember, but I do believe he's been a member. You also have individuals like Deathstroke, who are essentially would be able to outsmart a lot of these guys and be able to probably figure out a way to injure them. He's been a member of the squad at least once, if I remember correctly. You also have Lobo, who I know has been a member of the squad at least once. And Lobo can go toe-to-toe with Superman. Usually doesn't beat him, but is at least in that ballpark of strength. No one, even if you combined all the power of the 7 together and amped it by 10, you would not come close to Lobo. If amped it by 100, you wouldn't come close to Lobo. Because Lobo's literally like crushed an entire city down to this size and eaten it. He's pulled Solaris with no leverage through space. He has survived from going back from a drop of blood. This is a guy who has punched out Superman before. This is a guy who can literally breathe fire, for fuck's sake, when he just like consumes. Like the level of strength Lobo has is something that the Boys universe does not have the power to combat in any way, shape, or form, really. So ultimately, yeah, I'd go with the Suicide Squad if we're going by the con. And that's just the characters I know off the top of my head. If I'm looking at some of these characters from this picture right now, let's enlarge it real quick. It's a little blurry, but I think I know there's Killer Croc there, there's Enchantress, there's Katana, and there's some other individuals that have been on the team as well. I know for a fact that are powerful enough to handle most of the team. Either way, that's my thoughts. Let me know what you think. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.